Text on screen, Stinky Chicken Dog 2, then a white woman presses an icon on an iPad.
My name is Jenni Funk. I made this movie to let people know how having special needs can be sometimes isolating.
She reads the iPad's language app.
And I had an illness when I was 3 which left me with speech and mobility problems. I use a language board and a walker and do a little sign language.
She leaves her apartment with a small brindled Chihuahua on a leash.
I live in an apartment by myself. Still, it would be nice to have some companionship.
They walk in the lawn. The dog explores the grass on her own on a bright, sunny day.
Because of this, I decided to adopt a dog.
The dog sniffs the air, her lip curled tightly over one tooth.
Callie had been abused but was adopted by an elderly lady who had to give her up because of health reasons. Because of this, Callie is extremely fearful of almost everything.
The dog lounges in the sun. Jenni calls to her and laughs when the dog won't move. Then, Callie's Oregon Duck's dog bed is on a recliner.
Callie has a lot of struggles because of her being abused.
She sits in the bed and licks Jenni's hand sweetly. Jenni strokes her back. Callie's ears are down, eyes wide.
Any loud noise like clapping or yelling will make her run. I really love Callie, and I know she loves me, but sometimes her fear gets in the way.
Jenni reaches for her, and the dog leaps off the chair to the sofa.
Sometimes I fall down, and sometimes I am loud, and this scares her. This hurts my feelings, but I understand.
Jenni stretches across the recliner. Callie resumes licking her hand. Now, Callie stands in the kitchen sink.
Despite all of this, I really love her and she really loves me, so we struggle on.
Someone holds her rump while Jenni delicately pours water from a cup over Callie's back. Callie peers with her giant eyes past Jenni, and Jenni scrubs Callie's fur clean. Now, Callie sits on a dish mat. Jenni rubs her dry with a plush orange towel. Callie in her bed again, relaxing under a pink blanket. She basks after her bath, stands, and shakes her whole body, wags her tail, and prances down off the chair.
I'm interested in the film industry, so I'm making this movie to share my experience. I recently made a movie documenting what it means to me having her share her life with me.
Icons and sentences display on the iPad.
I am interested in talking with others to find out what their experiences have been and how their pets have helped them in their lives.
Now, a large yellow dog chewing a nylabone.
I would like to introduce you to Brandon, who lives with his English retriever, Chutney.
I would say that I am a pretty fun-loving individual who loves to perform live in front of other people. I have had Chutney for 3 years. He basically is a service dog, so he came on the job as a very small puppy. Chutney?
Brandon, a white man, sits on the sofa.
Chutney, come here.
His shirt says badass brain injury survivor.
I just bathed him yesterday, so you'll notice he has a nice clean coat. However, it's still shedding everywhere, and that's kind of annoying for me.
Now, a gray and white tuxedo cat.
This is Kiercy, who lives with her cat, Rowena.
On the wall behind Rowena, a C.S. Lewis quotation, "There are far, far better things ahead than any we leave behind."
And I got her at the Oregon Humane Society. Rowena comes from the book Harry Potter.
A South Asian Indian woman in a flowered dress.
Rowena Ravenclaw is one of the founder of Hogwarts, which is like the school of witchcraft and wizardry, and she is the head of the House of Intellect.
Now, Jenni on her sofa looking down at the dog off screen. She pats the arm of the recliner with Callie's bed. She looks back at the dog, crosses her arms, and furrows her brow.
When Callie first came home with me, she would run to me and even sit on the davenport behind me. Also, she would sleep in my bed at night.
Callie sits and looks toward the camera, very still. Jenni, arms still crossed and frowning, plops down on the couch, looking toward Callie.
Since I am quite restless at night and often thrash about, I probably decked her and now she doesn't.
Callie stands and backs away, then sits, vigilant. Now, Callie in her bed, ears back. Jenni leans in and kisses Callie's forehead.
Callie will cautiously approach me and lick me nonstop, and I continue to pet and feed her.
Callie returns the affection with kisses to Jenni's chin. Back at Brandon's apartment.
One of my favorite memories of Chutney was taking him on the plane to go over to my sister's place. Chutney, he just got on the plane and didn't make a noise and got under the seat, and he just fell asleep and didn't wake up until we were ready to go.
Jenni gives 2 thumbs up to the camera.
It's so great. You know, it's so great. It's so great having him around.
At Kiersey's apartment.
Probably like taking her home was really one of my favorite memories, and like at the Humane Society, like I was really nervous to take her home, and I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like, you know, like a first time mom, like what am I doing? And my friend just laughed and she was like, it'll be fine. I got her at a time when I had just moved in and I was really kind of lonely.
Rowena sits on a paper bag. Later, she chews on a toy and bats at it, lying on the floor inches behind Kiersey's wheelchair.
Yeah, she'll follow me quite a bit, to the point where I have to be very careful that we don't clash.
Now, chewing a toy on a string.
She sleeps everywhere in this little apartment, and then also she'll sleep in the bed with me like a human sometimes.
Kiersey continues waving the toy. Rowena defiantly ignores it.
Kittens and cats kind of take over your apartment and make it their own.
Then on the counter, she plays with an orange.
So I lived with my parents for a bit, and we always had animals, so animals were always really important. And then I moved into an adult foster care home, and I wasn't allowed to have any animals.
Back at Jenni's, Callie in bed, chomping dog treats. Jenni sits on the couch watching Callie.
I would like to take her for walks, but my hands don't work so well and I can't get the leash fastened.
Now she holds out a treat. Callie approaches, gets frightened, and backs away. Jenni finally tosses the treat to the floor. Callie bounds over and gobbles it.
Callie always runs away from me. She is very frustrating with all her little quirks and bad breath, but she is my friend. Still, this is a saga of my struggles with my shelter dog, Callie.
Someone holds Callie on the couch while Jenni offers another treat. Callie refuses and leaps away. Jenni sighs in exasperation and flings the treat to the ground. Now Brandon puts Chutney's service dog vest on while Jenni smiles and watches from his sofa.
Chutney is a service dog, and he has a service to perform. Other dogs, they just are there to be a dog, you know? And they don't really perform any service, per se. They can do tricks or whatever, but it's not nearly the same thing as going and putting on a vest and being 100% on target for wherever you need to go.
Brandon grabs water and sunglasses and leaves with Chutney on his leash.
That's what Chutney does, and that is so cool. It's so cool to watch him work.
They return. He removes the vest. Jenni pats the couch and Chutney launches into a full-body wiggle, wags his tail, leaps up with her, and she wraps her arms around his neck.
I didn't spend a lot of time here, really, because I work and go to school, but I really knew that I wanted to get an animal, and I knew that cats were low maintenance and it would be like a good starter animal.
Rowena continues ignoring the toy on a string and hunts for a small toy beneath Kiersey's feet. Kiersey reaches down for a pet, and Rowena steps away, ears back.
I think it's really important that people with special needs or people with disabilities have access to emotional support animals and service animals. And also, I think it's very important for veterans to have access to to those support animals.
Thank you, Brandon, for your time.
You're welcome.
Brandon reaches across
Thank
Chutney
you.
to shake Jenny's hand.
Thank you, Kiersey, for your time.
Thank you for coming over.
They shake hands.
Thank you for interviewing me.
Back at Brandon's, Jenny pats her thigh as a sign for dog. Chutney stands, his front legs on her lap, licking her face as she hugs his neck. She smiles and laughs.
My favorite part about making this film was meeting Brandon and Chutney, Kiersey and Rowena, and seeing how these pets have impacted their owners' lives.
Now he lies on his side licking her hand. She reclines, resting her body along his, and he licks her hand and face.
Both Brandon and Kiersey receive different aids and comforts in their daily lives, and the animals provide much friendship to both.
Now he lies with his head in her lap. He kisses one hand while her other arm is draped over his neck. She smiles and laughs with delight. Jenny touches her cheek to his forehead, then he cranes his neck up to kiss her face. He licks her hand for a while, then drowsily rests his chin on her and closes his eyes.
I adore Chutney and wish my dog, Callie, was more like him, but Callie truly does love me in her way and we muddle on.
She pets his velvety head, then strokes down the thick yellow fur on his back.
I hope making this film will make others aware of the isolation of living alone and how having a cherished pet can make a difference.
Now Jenny holds an alphabet board. She spells out GOODBOY. She shakes her hand in the sign for yes. She signs I love you, her arms in a tight X across her body. Now images around Jenny's apartment, holding up her pillow with life is better when I'm with my dog. Framed family photos on the wall and giant pink letters spelling out Jen and Callie. Callie is on the floor, scared, tucked into a corner by the sofa in sets of shelves. Framed photos, one of Callie looking regal with the words best dog ever on the frame. Callie, back on the recliner, chin snuggled on the edge of her Oregon Ducks bed. Jenny holds up a tote bag with white lettering reading Best Dog Mom Ever. Behind her, dog leashes and a pink dog jacket hang on the wall. She smiles, cut to black. There are 3 short, fast videos of the animals, each playing forward and in reverse over and over as the credits roll. Filmmaker Jenni Funk, with support from Cheryl Green, featuring Jenni Funk and Callie Funk. Animated image, Callie throwing off a pink blanket as she stands in her bed and gives a full body shake. Kiersey Coleman and Rowena Coleman. Animated image, Rowena leaning over a table, batting a small orange. Brandon Scarth and Chutney Scarth. Animated image, Chutney licking his chops and tapping one front paw back and forth. Thanks to Joan Funk and Chris Robertson. Music, Pat Dog and Turning to You by Blue Dot Sessions, Summer Case by Jazar, and Shiny by Poddington Bear from Free Music Archive. Jenny used a Pro Loquo to Go to record her narration. Funding generously provided by Regional Arts and Culture Council. Copyright Jenni Funk, 2018.